So again, for those who may be watching this video later on, this is just a review problem for what we've done for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is not the assignment, but after this review, we will be taking a quiz. So please make sure that you take care of the quiz. Okay, so let's begin. First step. Okay, I want everybody to spell SOHCAHTOA. Can you do that in your notes? So this is a review. Okay. How do you spell SOHCAHTOA? Very good. Is everybody okay on that? SOHCAH and TOA. Okay. So sine, cosine, tangent. So now let's begin. Number one. I want you to copy the triangle, and then I want you to label. Let's have you do this all by yourself. Okay, label, set up an equation, cross multiply, and then let's solve for x. I'll give you 2 minutes. And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you again. So you please be willing to share your ideas and your solutions, answers. Okay, very good. Some of you can do this now very quickly. So please bear with me, patient with me as you wait. Maybe some of you are already done. Maybe some of you are working, still working. Just keep going. Yeah, that's a very good question. Okay, when do you use inverse, right? I think we will come to that. So let's hang on to that question, okay? That's a very good question. All right, it's been, well, not quite 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes. How are you guys doing? Okay, let me ask you guys, okay? So Abigail, I don't know if can you hear me? Which function are we going to use? Is this a sine problem, cosine problem, or tangent problem? Which one is it? So let's label. So the focus angle is right here. And the opposite is this one because it's opposite of the focus angle. Hypotenuse. Okay, now, so let's work on number one, okay? Hypotenuse, and then adjacent. There is nothing on opposite, so I'm just gonna cross that off. It's adjacent and a hypotenuse combination. And that will be what? adjacent, and a hypotenuse. This is a cosine problem, isn't it? Okay, so let's set it up. Cosine of always the angle, okay? Sine, cosine, tangent, and always the angle comes with it, okay? Cosine of 37, sine of 37, tangent of 37. It's always with the angle, okay? So cosine of 37 equals adjacent, which is 11 over hypotenuse x. And then you're going to cross multiply, okay? So let's do that. Cross multiplication says if you multiply diagonally, you've got two diagonals, this way and this way. They are equal to each other. So cosine of 37 times x, that's the first diagonal. That's going to be equal to the other diagonal multiplied together, 1 times 11, which is just 11. Yeah. Now, since you want to solve for x, we need to get rid of this cosine of 37. And how do we do that? I'm going to divide both sides. Because if you do something on the left side, you better do it on the right side. So divide both sides by cosine of 37 to be equal to each other, left side and right side. And that cancels out. So x equals 11 divided by cosine of 37. So Alexis, do you have the answer for that? Can I put you on spot? Or what did you get for number 1? Or how about rest of you? What did you get for number 1? Can you guys indicate in the chat? Yeah, so everybody take out your calculator. Let's do 11 divided by cosine of 37. What do you guys get? Very good. You get 13.7, or I'm going to round off, and so it will be 13.8. Yeah, nice job. What's the unit? Does it have a unit? No, it doesn't have a unit. So this is the whole process, right? Label, set up, cross multiply. Let's do number 2. So 2 minutes, okay? Now, which function are we going to use for number 2? You able to set up an equation by now? How are you guys doing on this? Does anybody have a question? Anytime if you have any questions, just ask me through chat. You can unmute yourself. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. Hey, Dulce, can I put you on spot? Which function are we going to use? Is it sine, cosine, or tangent? What would you say? Very good. Excellent. So she said tangent. That's correct. Do you guys all have tangent in your equation? Let's begin. So this is the opposite. And there's this hypotenuse over here. But there's nothing. And then adjacent. So we're talking about adjacent opposite combination. Adjacent opposite. It's this one, isn't it? Okay. We've got opposite adjacent. So this has to be tangent. So let's set it up. Tangent of 32 equals, it's opposite O over A, right? It says O over A. Opposite is X over 13. Okay. And then we're going to cross multiply. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So let's cross multiply. Very good. They'll say, let's cross multiply. Now I always multiply the diagonal that has X in it first. So I'm going to do 1 times X, which is just simply X, isn't it? Okay, so this one is going to be easier one. X equals the other diagonal multiplied together. So you've got tangent of 32 times 13. So that's it. So let's do, everybody take out your calculator. Tangent of 32 times 13. And I got 8.1. Nice job. Yeah. Can we try one more time of the similar questions? Okay. So number 3. Let me give you 2 minutes again. Let's label. So copy down the triangle first in your notes. Then let's start by labeling. How are you guys doing on this? Is it getting faster? You feel like you're getting better at it? What question do you have? Is there anybody, I bet somebody's still thinking about something, having a question. Any questions? You're gonna learn something by asking questions, yeah? So I hope you feel more comfortable as we go on to ask questions, okay? Let's see, I don't know the answer. This will be times 10.3. Yeah, very good. Let's get started. Evan, can you hear me? Which function are we going to use? Is it sine, cosine, or tangent? What would you say? Yeah, very good. Excellent. So this is the sine problem, isn't it? Okay. So let's begin. Opposite, hypotenuse. And we can just stop right there, but the bottom is adjacent. But there's nothing on adjacent. There's no labeling, no numbers, right? There's no X or a number. So adjacent is out. And so we are talking about opposite and hypotenuse. And that is right here, opposite hypotenuse. This has to be sine problem, okay? So let's set it up. Sine of 37, let's make it a little bigger. Sine of 37 equals opposite over hypotenuse. Again, X is turn out to be on the top. So this one will be a little bit easier. You cross multiply, X equals that. Sine of 37 times 10.3. I see some answers already, but hey, Leo, do you have the answer for number 3 by any chance? What did you get for number 3?
I'm figuring it out, Mr. Takara.
Okay, very good. Sine of 37 times 10.3. While we wait to hear from Leo, now I'm going to look at number 4 here. Now, what do you see the difference between number 3 and number 4 besides, I mean, the problem is different, but what's the main difference in terms of the type of a problem? Number 4, what are we trying to figure out? We are trying to figure out the angle measurement, isn't it, right? And so, well, we'll get to that. Leo, do you have number 3? Were you able to do that? Sine of 37 times 10.3? Oh, yay, we've got that. Thank you. 6.1. Or I think you may have rounded off. Some of you may round it off to 3.2. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm not testing you on your rounding off skill, so don't worry about it. Okay, but 6.1 or 6.2, very good. So there was a question before, hey, when do we use the inverse, right? And the answer is right here, right? When you find the angle measurement, that's to find the angle, use inverse. Can you guys remember that? When do you use inverse? When you want to find the angle measurement, okay? Which is this question. So let's try that. So the first step, I'm going to give you maybe a minute and a half. Let's find the angle measurement. But the first couple of steps are the same, right? You have to label, you still have to set up an equation, okay? But you do not cross multiply, do not, if you're cross multiplying, then you need to stop because you don't want to do that, okay? Okay. It's been about a minute here. Lisbeth, can you hear me? Which function are we going to use? Is it sine, cosine, or tangent? This will be, let's begin. I don't know if Lisbeth is with us. Can you hear me? It's opposite, hypotenuse, and this one is adjacent, okay? And there's nothing on opposite, so it's adjacent and a hypotenuse. So this has to be cosine, isn't it? It's ka, C-A-H. It's adjacent hypotenuse, so it has to be cosine. So let's set up cosine of angle. We don't know, so let's just put cosine of theta equals adjacent 12/13. And instead of cross multiplying, we are going to take inverse. So theta equals, the angle equals inverse cosine of 12/13. No cross multiplication. I cannot stress enough of that. Because do you know why I say this over and over? Because I've seen some of my students in the past trying really hard, trying to cross multiply and trying to figure out the angle measurement, but right, those efforts are in vain. Sadly, you work so hard, but you're not going to the right direction, is it? Okay, you just take inverse. So let's do the inverse. Inverse cosine of 12 divided by 13. I see 22.6. Very good. In this case, it's a degree. All right. Excellent. How did it go, guys? You guys with me? It seems like some of you just come into the class, but I don't know, maybe checking out too quickly. I hope you guys are participating. Let's work on the last question. This is the last question, okay? So I want you to find the angle measurement, number 5. So I'll give you 2 minutes. If I'm going too fast, if you need more time, please let me know. Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty. Somebody's sharing. So if you have the answer and if who wants to share, please direct message to me so that other people have a chance to figure out. What did you get for number 5? Would you share your answer in the chat with a direct message, DM to me? This will be what are you getting for number 5? So, Luvia, I'm going to put you on the spot if you don't mind. What function are we going to use? Sine, cosine, or tangent? What would you say? Yeah, very good, Luvia. I hope I'm saying your name correct. Is that close? So it's tangent, isn't it? Very good. Yeah. And so opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. There's nothing on adjacent, so it's opposite adjacent. So it's TOA, opposite adjacent. So this has to be tangent. And let's set it up. Tangential angle, we don't know, so let's put theta. Tangent of theta equals 11.9 over 10. And how do we find the angle measurement? We just said it. To find the angle, use inverse. Can you guys remember that? How do you find the angle measurement? Just say it out loud. You don't need to unmute. Use inverse. Yeah. Again, to find the angle measurement, use inverse. Okay. So let's use inverse tangent of 11.9 over 10. Again, everybody, send me a direct message to me. What's the answer? What did you guys get? I want to see more. Only 2 people answered it. What did you guys get? Yeah. Very good. So Maria, can I put you on spot? What did you get for the last question, number 5? Do you have the answer for that? Will you be able to figure out? Do you have a calculator with you? So to do the inverse tangent, you've got to go, for my calculator, I have to do second and tangent button. Because just look at the just right above tangent. Do you see that tangent and -1? Very good. Thank you, Elizabeth. So I gotta go second and then tangent. Then I have this inverse tangent symbol, right, with a negative first power. Again, the negative first power that we write, this is inverse symbol. Okay, so inverse tangent of 11.9 divided by 10. Okay, 49.5 or 50.0. I don't know how you would round it off. 49.95. Yeah, 50 will work too. How are you guys doing? Do you think you can do this by yourself? If you have any calculator issues, please talk to me. Very good, Leo. Like that. Is that some sort of an app that you downloaded? Very good. It looks pretty good. Yeah, you don't have to purchase a calculator like mine. You can simply download, just type in scientific calculator, and there are a bunch of them. My favorite will be, it's called, there are two of them. I've got this one right here, Calculator X. I know it's not very focused. This one, Calculator X, if I click that, it has the same outline as my graphing calculator. So you can basically have a graphing calculator for free in your cell phone, okay? Another one is this one, Calculator 84. Actually, I think I prefer this one, Calculator 84. And see, doesn't it look like just my graphing calculator, right? So you could use that. So this is all I have for today. If you have any questions about calculator or anything else, please stay in the class and let's talk about it a little bit more. I'll be happy to help you with. Otherwise, you can just leave the class, and again, this is not the assignment, so you don't need to turn in the assignment. However, I want you to go to Canvas modules and then take Unit 4 quiz. Please take the quiz today, okay? If you don't do well, come back on Monday and I will be happy to help you, okay? So good luck with the quiz. Again, if you have questions, please remain in the class. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend and I will see you guys on Monday, if not on Tuesday, okay? Have a great weekend, guys. Take care.